Speaking of which, who would like to do the recap?
Pretty sure Calliope was supposed to be doing the
I'm
recap.
pretty sure she is. I can always fill in gaps, but yeah, it's been a while since we've actually had story because we did a couple sessions back to back to back of combat. So I will definitely
Your
fill in
recap.
as needed. But the music's queuing and the floor is yours, Calliope.
I don't like being put on the spot. It's not fun.
You can decline if you don't want to. That's totally fine. But
The
you,
music starts and you just go, I'm okay.
Good.
Thanks.
Where Aurora gets it from.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's-
Thanks.
I'm okay.
I'm not gonna do
That
that.
is not
No.
from me.
Mhm.
No, I'm trying to go back to our last.
Yeah, to kind of get you started, you guys woke up to these like strange dew droplets forming around you.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I do see where those notes started because I was like the last like 3 sessions of me just putting the battle continues.
The battle continues.
Or
The battle
vulnerable
continues.
to
Valdrick dies!
Yeah.
it's
You want to
shit
see
like
my
that.
notes from last time? Let me hit you with this.
All caps.
That's my notes.
You've
You
died!
died.
That's
That's
so
it.
funny.
I also have that the Mist Warden's name was Lysander, so you know.
Mhm.
The rest of us don't know that, so that's not included
It's true.
in the recap.
Sorry.
I don't know that.
Go ahead, baby. You've got this. Baby's first recap.
Mhm. Baby's first recap.
Yeah, so we woke up from the long rest, and every like in the circle around us, there's dew all over. Like the forest was sweating. I don't remember. And we were weirdly compelled to drink, or Anya and Baldric were, or Xander,
Mhm.
which also Skippy was. May he rest in peace, because Skippy drank and died.
Yeah. The poisonous, the droplets you
It
guys
was
realized
poisonous
were
water.
poisonous, but also like luring you in and kind of the sweat was coming out of you, making you super thirsty to drink that dew, which was poisonous. And then Skippy
Skippy
Ate it.
drank and died.
took it on the chin.
Alright.
Which Baldric, while we were trying to get away, fell into one of the sinkholes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a void portal. It's just like this black circle on the ground, and she fell in, black consumed her, and then a couple seconds later from the canopy, she fell from a similar looking portal circle, and it was just this never-ending drop.
Which Anya went and tried to, grab her, but something stopped Baldric right before that. Which, as we all looked up, there was who we were assuming was the Mist Warden,
Mhm.
who was convinced we were going to take us, which we weren't really.
Mhm.
Oh, I am interested now.
But
We
now,
didn't realize
yeah,
that
it
was
was like,
an
what's your power?
Yeah. Is it a good
Which
power?
then he didn't like our answer to his option for passage through his forest, and he ended up summoning all the elementals,
Super solid.
which was great.
If I had a nickel for every
Which
time that happened.
we all cast magic and had some crazy things happen to us.
Mhm.
Least of which was not, me going bald, Baldric gaining 3
Yeah.
inches.
Netting 3 inches total.
Yep.
Your girl
I
is
mean, yeah,
towering
Baldric
and
knew
boobalicious.
I cast Fireball randomly at one point. Baldric died at one point. She got better though. It's fine.
She got better.
Solara thrived. Don't forget
Solara
that.
did great.
Solara
with
had
her
the best
random
time.
Best, literally,
magic
like-
surges.
The subtitle of last week's episode was literally the episode about Solara. That's in caps below
Was
the
it?
episode title.
Literally.
Xerxes died?
Yeah.
Question mark is also written in my notes.
Nice. Yeah, no, that happened.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Hate to see it.
Which we love. But we won the battle, but then
And are we sure that happened? Is he really dead?
No.
I remember there
Have
being
we pulse
something about a bond that he had, so maybe he's not fully dead yet.
Or maybe Xander's about to die too.
Or that. But then the Mist Warden appeared again afterwards, not really happy with us.
It's the curse of men who fall in love with Anya. They're doomed to
They
die.
die.
They are doomed.
R.I.P. now.
It is so
Rest
fitting.
Rest
though.
in peace, Nox.
It's so fitting though, because she has the what's your trait? You have the racial trait, Charlotte. The eyes of the something about your eyes.
What?
You,
Sexy,
or is
sexy
that
bedroom eyes.
Isolde? No, it's Anya. See, when you look into Anya's
Oh,
eyes,
Heart
you
of Darkness.
Heart of Darkness. See, I am not crazy.
You've seen some shit trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are traumatized.
Yeah.
I will help you.
Okay, very good job, Clappy. Thank you, Clappy. Clappy, you get a inspiration dice, and this is different from like the other little bonuses, like the Bardic Inspo and all that. This is you get an advantage on any roll that you have already made, so you can choose after you've rolled to be like, yeah, that was a sucky roll. I rolled a 2. Let me roll my inspiration advantage and roll again.
Okay.
And of course, you can take either option. You don't have to take the second roll. Cool, and you can only use that for this session. So once
I will
the session's
probably
done,
need it.
Once the session's done, they're done, and no more
Dun-dun-dun.
dice. Done. Cool. Yeah.
That was a combo of my own notes and then looking back over yours, because once we hit combat, I just stopped writing notes.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Yep. And I always, you guys know, if you hit the WoW episode log, you can see the episodes. I don't always get them the day
Literally.
after. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
don't know-
had pulled up just to double check that I wrote the right stuff.
Yep. I don't always get to it the day after, but I try to be quick, at least before the next session, and get that recap up for you. But yeah, like you said, cursed elementals attacked, and they weren't just like these regular elementals. They were these
they
kind of
were
like
mean.
cursed, armored, but definitely had some black fog trailing off in some places to make them look not quite undead, but definitely not like normal elementals. But you guys survived. Valdric died and had a cathartic experience. Basically, what happened, just to remind you all, a silly spell was cast at some point that Valdric cast, and it triggered the wild magic that is the
Silly spell.
Feywild. And it triggered, if she were to die within the next minute, the reincarnate spell is cast on her, which was very convenient for this moment. Even though she didn't use it, it's made for a fun story. She died, went to this kind of limbo place. This figure appeared to her, basically offering, you can take, I died here too. You can take my body back. Is your legacy finished? Are you done? Do you still have work to do? Like, kind of this conversation. Valdric, in true Valdric fashion, stalled by playing the little lute and just stalling in time.
Playing my little lute.
She didn't want to give up her celestial race and trade it for a regular old human. So she
Even a hot one.
held out. Yeah, she held out for Solara, hoping that she would revivify her, and she did. So cool. Valdric, did I give you inspiration for that moment? Because I thought that was fun.
No, but I will gladly take it.
I just like the lull, like, I'm just gonna pass the time by playing my lute, which is very Valdric-y. So take a D8 worth of
Hell yeah.
inspiration. Remember, you guys can have 3 held at a time. You can't stack them for the same roll, so you can only use 1 per roll. But
This is my first one.
yeah, well,
That's
and
so
that
fun.
one, that's the recap inspo. This is the inspiring inspo. That makes sense.
Yes.
The inspo.
Yeah, the
Big
inspo, because then there's the
Like,
bardic
I
inspo.
should've also gotten an inspiration for
Oh,
not
gosh.
running and healing myself, but staying in the battle and being like, F it.
Listen, I agree with that.
Did I give you one? I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, we discussed this last week,
We
and
talked
I
about
was
it,
like,
yeah.
oh shoot, I meant to give Valdric one too. Okay, so give yourself a D6, Charlotte.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, I think that's it. So then you mentioned the Mist Warden appeared. It is
He was very rude again.
It is in the form of this wall of fog. So all around you is mist. The dew droplets are still there. It's just very wet and cloudy. You guys can still see pretty well. for a good distance, but it's just kind of like overall like morning dew, morning mist. And but this, what you see in the distance, is vastly different. It is a dense, thick wall of fog that is rolling slowly towards you in the distance. And currently, you guys just finished fighting these elementals. You hear this voice of the Mist Warden say, "Get out!" And you start to see this billowing cloud roll towards you. Xerxes is down. Xander is caught Anya and kind of stopped her from going through that, or it was a vice versa. Anya jumped through and stopped
It was vice versa.
Xander from going through that never-ending
Yeah.
portal. So they're kind of entangled in the brush right now.
I love a good entanglement.
And in a good like 100 feet, probably 100 yards actually. So 300 feet. You see this billowing cloud start to creep towards you. It's a little bit too piratey. Let's do something worse.
Oh, good.
Let's do something worse.
What?
Yeah, this is good.
Don't you guys want to be so scared?
I'm scared.
I'm
of this.
already
I'm
scared.
petrified. Okay, so Anya, you go to open your mouth and
Use
talk.
that word.
You go to talk to Xander, and out come pink bubbles. They just like come out of your mouth, and you fall back on your back, just exasperated. What would you guys like to
That
do?
imagery with this music is so weird. A really weird
The juxtaposition. It's very weird.
What's the vibe? Does he look like he's coming to get us, or is he just trying to chase us out? I check on the bystander.
There really is no he. Like, him is this wall of cloud that is just billowing towards you. There is no figure anymore. It's just you hear the voice in the mist around you. But it's creeping. It's like 250 yards now.
Okay. Do we need to go in the direction of the fog, or can we just like to get to our destination? Is he directly in the path of where we have to go? And by he, I do mean the wall of fog.
Yeah, so you guys just did have a pretty intense combat, especially Valdric with you going down. So it's normally to tell direction in the Feywild, you would follow the sunset, and that would be, Dawnward, Duskward, Tangleward, and I forget the fourth one, but you guys were headed Tangleward. And so you're kind of all discombobulated with the canopy of the trees. It's hard to even tell where the sunset is. Anyone who wants to make a survival check can, but they're all going to be at disadvantage. Because you guys are in this enchanted wood, and it's crazy.
What roll are we doing?
Oh, okay, so
Survival.
21 versus.
An 8. So that's not great.
I got an 11.
Okay.
$13.
That was a shit roll on all our parts.
What did
Yep.
So it was
What
a
did-
disadvantage.
Valdric roll?
14.
14. Okay. Okay. Who rolled the 8? Was that Anya? Okay, Anya, you're frustrated with your bubbles. Not even really caring about which direction is which. I would suppose the three of you, however, and Ren, you can roll if you would like to as well. But the three of you kind of look around frantically, and you lose a bit of time. Fog cloud is probably now 150 yards from you as you're trying to figure out where you guys are, collecting yourselves, catching your breath from this long combat, which has probably lasted about a minute. The three of you, other than Anya, are looking for the direction, and you can barely see, peeking out of the canopy, some light, and you're able to track it to sunset. which is always Feywild is always in a state of sunset. And you remember, okay, sunset is obviously duskward. You can't remember if Tangleward is to the left of sunset or to the right of sunset. That's about as much as you can make. So
I rolled a 14, by the way.
okay.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute, so I had to restart it.
No, it's all good. So you feel about the same. You guys are kind of looking around, and you all come to the same conclusion. Anya, SOL.
And I go attempt to dump a potion down Xerxes' throat, since Xander is not focused on that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what it'll do, but he's dead or he's barely alive, so I can't do much worse, can I?
Yeah, remembering the battle map, I think Xander is about 50 yards or 50 feet from Xerxes' fallen body, and after he fell in dragon form, he morphed back into his human body, knocked him back into his humanoid.
Yeah, I just have like a potion of, I think it's just a baby potion.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I just want to try to shove a potion down his throat.
okay, so you do have to run towards the direction of the fog cloud, but
How far is he from the fog?
Fog cloud seems really bad. He keeps talking about it.
it's about
I know.
100. It is about 150 yards from you guys, and gaining.
Is she still
How
afraid
close
of
is
me?
Xerxes to the fog cloud?
Let's see, you're about 50 feet from him, which is about 20 yards. I mean, he's not much closer to it. He's about 130 yards from it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna move closer. I'm gonna move to him to dump the potion down his throat while yelling at Anya and Xander to help me at least move his body or get him up.
Okay.
Because this isn't my dragon.
Yeah. You run over, and Xander, looking up into Anya's eyes, hears this commotion, kind of shakes his head. Xerxes!
Go, come help your fucking friend, dumbass.
And he runs over.
A little distracting.
Yeah.
I have bubbles coming out of my mouth.
Rolling my eyes at Anya, going, this is not the time.
Yeah, he runs with you, sprints over, and as soon as you pour that potion into him, he doesn't have any death saving throws because he is bonded to Xander, but he is unconscious. As soon as you pour that potion into him, go ahead and roll the healing that it does.
1, 7, I think it's plus 1, 2, 4 plus 4. Yeah, 2, 9.
Okay. You just start pouring it down, and just kind of like takes these deep breaths and takes the potion out of your hand and finishes chugging it, throws it to the side. It just smashes against a tree. He sits up and he starts looking. He sees Xander and he stands up, brushes himself off.
So glad you're alive. We need to leave the giant fog cloud coming towards us.
And they both look over his shoulder.
Hope you can run.
At the fog cloud, and Xander says, "He can do better than run. Come on!" And Xerxes then shifts back into his dragon form. Xander hops on top, and
Okay, well, fuck you. Not all of us can fly.
yeah, they take off. They try to get a bit of a aerial view of the situation, and yeah, what's the rest of you guys doing?
The vibe on that fog cloud's not good, huh?
You want to do a vibe check?
Yeah, can I vibe check the fog cloud?
Make a perception roll. Actually, make a nature check. Nature.
22.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, this fog is very unnatural. Even the dew that seemed natural, it turns out was poisonous, as you learned from before. You, with a 22, can deduce the same about this fog cloud.
And we should roll out.
It's thick. You can't see anything. It almost looks like a wall. just coming towards you.
I'm
But
assuming me casting Gust of Wind wouldn't do anything. If this is like the Mist Warden.
How many of us have fly?
I don't.
It's just you.
It's just me?
I don't think that's even a spell that's offered to wizards. I
How
haven't
many
seen it.
people could I physically carry with the fly spell?
what's your strength?
Not good. Not good, Cap. Wait, but I have my gauntlets of giant strength. Or hill giant strength.
Okay.
I can throw those bad boys on and
Uh,
just crank it.
well, so you would have to attune to them.
She
Does
has already, I thought.
So I think so. You have 3 attunement slots. You have your DOS loot. You have, I guess, Sevenfur was one of them. So now that's gone. What are your other attunement slots that you have? You got some. Do you have armor that you're attuned to right now?
I don't have magic armor. I wish.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure everyone knows that rule. You have to. You can only have 3 attunement items. You can hold other magical items and use them. You just don't get their magical properties.
If I did that, it would be 21. But we could just turn and run. Should we fucking run?
Probably.
It's about 50 yards from you guys now.
Oh,
I just turn around and walk. Start walking.
Ain't no fog gonna catch me.
Nope.
You're walking.
Mosey and walk.
I guess we're gonna run. Technically speaking, I could take fly. It is a wizard spell, but I don't have that prepared for today.
Yeah, I guess where are we walking to? That's the
You
question.
don't even know.
Just like away from it.
The
Honestly,
opposite
it's just
way.
like-
Yeah, it's
Exact
the opposite way.
Are the voids still happening?
Yeah, so it seems like the cursed roots that were coming up, the vines that were attacking you, have kind of subsided and kind of laid dormant, or just kind of sucked back into the earth. There are still those circles everywhere, and those void circles littered around. So you guys are kind of watching your step as you walk.
I'm gonna do a light jog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because a walk, the pace of the fog cloud is still a bit faster than your walk pace.
Gotcha.
And you realize that.
But if I run, I might run into like a void or something.
Yeah, we can. Anyone who wants to run and navigate their way through carefully can make an athletics check.
Oh, I'll do that.
Why not?
19.
40K, no. Ooh, nat 20. Let's go.
Dang.
Yeah.
Gliding over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 20 also.
Dang.
Oh my god.
The wizard.
I'm just following these guys.
Anya, what did you
I
get?
don't have any armor. I'm so light. It's fine.
23.
Okay. 23. And Solara?
Oh wait, what was it for?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Oh, I thought I was just gonna follow them. Okay. Plus.
It's basically to check your running to see how well you navigate through without falling through a hole.
The 21.
Okay. Valdrick, what'd you get?
I got a 19.
Okay.
Womp, womp, womp.
Alright. So everyone is above
Did
20,
just die.
except for Valdrick. She
did.
did just die. She's I can't remember the killing blow that was on her. I think
got
it might have
better.
been a frozen like trident that
I think it might have been when they were ganking me when I was down. I think I was laid unconscious on the ground and they pulled dirty moves.
You were getting ganked.
Absolutely
Like a
ganked.
couple 12-year-olds in
You
a fucking
bagged.
game.
Yeah, literally just.
Mhm.
What was happening there? Failed every one of my death saves, didn't have a chance.
Yeah. I don't even think you got to roll a death save. It was just bonk.
No. It was just bonk
Yeah.
and stomp.
She's like, I'm
But I
still
got
mad at
Beth.
I'm still mad at the DM for that. That's crazy.
It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you guys take off, and Calliope and Ren, you guys are leaping over these void portals. You're so confident in your abilities. Anya, Solara, you're doing about the same, about as successful, just not quite, doing cartwheels over them. Valdrick, you're keeping up pretty well, but you are definitely starting to slow towards the back of the pack.
God, I feel like I died like 2 seconds ago. Like literally 2 seconds ago, I'm pretty sure I was dead.
I'm just gonna open my mouth and let all the bubbles come out.
That's fucking cool.
I turn back and I go, I to Valdrick, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you
But
just
you
die
got
and then you gotta keep going.
I mean, do you want to stick around and just chill?
Yeah, so the silly magic. I have a couple notes here. Anya, your
boy.
pink bubbles, after a minute, the pink bubbles stop and you are able to talk normal. But for the first minute, it is very frustrating. Calliope, when you pulled out that healing potion, I have to retcon this, because anything you touch ignites into flame for the next 30 seconds, which was a side effect of something last week. So you take out this healing potion and it just bursts into flames.
I guess it's a good thing he's a dragon. He better be fucking fire.
Yeah. So you pull it out. You just scream as it just turns into a fireball, falls to the forest floor, which is also scorched. There are pockets of fires starting all around this forest because of all the fireballs, the fire elementals attacks, all this fiery stuff.
It's like 2 fireballs. That's fine.
So just a retcon. So your healing potion bursts into flames. Xander sees that he has a healing potion, so he was able to come over, pull off the top, and
look. As long as he healed his friend
Yeah.
after staring longly into Anya's eyes, that's fine.
Listen, every good romance writer knows that even in the throes of combat, there must also be the throes of passion.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
It was
Just
Okay.
because it's not passion that's directed at you doesn't mean it's not still rich in storytelling.
Ooh.
It was passionate. It was very passionate.
It was a passionate glance as she bubbled out of her mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, he was the one
Put it
that
in the
administered the healing potion. I'll just keep the same healing stats for it. So you guys are good there. But I just wanted to add that little flavor. After 30 seconds, though, Calliope, you feel that fiery, tingly feeling on your fingers subside. Hair still, you're still bald. You hate to
Is
see
that?
it.
Can you tell me if that's permanent?
I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. But you are
I
bald.
really hope that it's not.
But you're
We'll
bald.
find out. Yeah, so you guys take off, and the cloud is definitely gaining on you, but I'll let you guys keep all your rolls. Xander and Xerxes are kind of flying above and making sure you guys are keeping up. The billowing fog cloud, as the forest ignites on fire behind you from all these patches of fire, the billowing fog cloud consumes the forest, and you're not sure if it extinguished the flames or what happened, or if it just ate the entire forest altogether. But it's gone from sight. You can't see it because of this wall of fog continuing to billow forward. You guys take off. It's still gaining on you a bit as you're running and running and running, jumping over portal after portal, making sure not to trip on these cursed vines. You finally see the edge of this forest. Light breaks through, and you leap out of the forest's edge just in time, Valdrick, as the fog cloud is like nipping at your billowing cloak or whatever your leathers are wearing. You guys make it out, and you're kind of out very clearly on the edge of this forest, into like kind of grassy plains, as you can very clearly now see the sunset in the distance. And you run out and you kind of jump out, and this fog cloud stops and rests at the edge of the forest.
Valdrick's gonna whip around and put 2 fingers right up in the air at the edge of the forest.
Oh my
just
God.
all...
Valdrick!
I hate
Well,
this
what
place.
the fuck was that? You know, we weren't even looking for the smoke. And then he accused us of trying to steal his powers. Which, by the way, were terrifying. Got real bad vibes from that mist. Not chill at all. Where the fuck are we?
You turn
My
around
favorite background music.
You turn around as you say that, and you see you're standing on this hill or kind of mountain's edge, far from the cold mountains that was Vori. It seems like this Valewood was as short as it was your journey through the Valewood. It was a barrier between these vastly different climates. Vori, cold, windy, blizzard, to the point now where you're in this like grassland, plains, lively with plant life and animal life you hear in the distance, and you're on this hill overlooking a vineyard that just goes on rows and rows and rows and rows for miles and miles and miles as the sun is setting in the distance, kind of silhouetting it all.
Wow. Feels like a trick. Feels like a trick. I don't trust anything now, you guys.
For sure a trick, but I bet they have really lit booze that they want us to drink.
Or is this where like deep wine is made?
Oh!
I don't know if we should have any of that. If offered. Maybe
If
not.
the pass is any indication, I'm sure it'll do wonderful things for you, Solara.
Yeah,
That's true, that's true.
you should get as
I should
much
just
out of this place as
trust
you
the wild.
Trust the wild. That's the name of this week's episode.
All right, so
I mean, does it look like maybe that's the direction we need to go?
Given the instructions from Hezron going Tangleward,
Is that Tangleward?
you make another survival check now that you're out of the Valewood.
24.
Okay, yeah. You remember now, like, now that your vision is clear, you made it out of the Valewood, you're away from the danger. The billowing cloud of fog has stopped and is just sitting dormant at the edge, guarding this forest now that you just left. You're looking into the sunset, and you're like, yeah, Tanglewood is that way. And it's a little bit to the left of the
Vineyard.
the sunset, which is right down to the vineyard.
No, guys, I feel really strongly about this vineyard. It's right. You know, it's on the way. We're not going out of the way. We're gonna go that way. Tanglewood. I'm confident.
Alright, let's go.
Hell yes.
And you
Someone
feel like
needed more potions or something first before we go into the thing that
Oh,
looks like a
true,
trap.
true. Want to pop some potions?
Short
Shut,
rest.
Should we silly prove it, actually?
Oh, you want me to dome it?
Rest? Should we just take a long rest?
Right up here on this hillside?
Can you cast your Lehman's tiny hut?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Is it worth
Absolutely.
whatever is gonna happen?
Oh, that's right, because it's a spell, isn't it?
I hate this place.
Do you want me to put up the tiny hut, or do you want me to keep my hands to myself? And what if, who is to say that we go down to that vineyard and they don't go, hey friends, would you like to drink a copious amount of wine and sleep in our very comfortable beds?
I thought we were supposed to drink anything you'd offer.
Oh, semantics. You know, the best party I ever went to was out here the Firewaters. I don't remember a lick of it. But I had a great time. I think.
I mean, we can head down. As long as we're all in agreement of doing that without.
Let's head it up. Let's take a long rest. I think Ganya's correct. I don't want to die again.
Yeah. Long rest would be good.
So you guys putting up the hut?
Do you guys want me to hut?
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I mean, we have
I
enough
have to have an
people
instance
that
worth 1,000. Never mind.
we have enough people to just do watches, really.
Do we want to do that?
Sure.
Are we good with just do a watch?
Oh, good old sleep roulette.
Probably.
Our tried and true.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
You guys definitely are feeling the effects of the Feywild of this particular part, Genesis in the Feywild, of kind of jet laggy. You're not sure what time it is or what time it's supposed to be, but your internal clocks are all sorts of screwed up. It did take you a while to journey from Vori to the Valewood, and then the combat and the interaction with Skippy. I think you guys long rested in the Valewood at some point. Yeah.
We
you guys-
long rested and then woke up and started
And started
combat.
getting fucked.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, and it took some exploring, and the whole thing with Skippy and the conversation with the Mist Warden and escaping the Valewood. Yeah, it's still hard to tell what time of day it is because of the
Look, if we
never-ending
want to
sunset.
take a rest during the day, who's gonna know? No one knows what time of day it is.
Take first watch.
All right.
I'll take second watch. This time.
You can take third watch and let Baldric rest as much as possible.
That's so sweet of you. Is that because I just died?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm gonna really ride that. I'm gonna really ride that for a little bit longer.
I don't think you guys let me ride that for very long, so I'll do
Well,
one.
you know.
It comes with power leveling.
Fair.
Xander at this point has dismounted Xerxes, and still in his draconic form, Xander is kind of just rubbing his neck and kind of petting him gently on the back. And he looks over at Ren and says, "Would you like the final watch or the second to last?"
I'll do final.
Very well. And he goes and finds a place to be alone, and Xerxes stays in his dragon form, and he kind of just like cuddles up and bear hugs Xander as they both kind of go to sleep. And you all take a long rest. Who's going first? Anya?
Me.
All right. Perception check.
29.
Okay. Just kind of sitting on this hill, looking over the, just kind of looking over the vineyard, looking at the sunset. You just thinking about the events that have taken place at the Feywild so far. You are fed up with Genesis. You've had it up to here. You're ready to go back. Still kind of thinking about like how you're going to get back. You know, do you go back through that frozen lake? Is there some sort of spell that can be cast? You know, how do you guys get home after why are you guys even here? And then you remember, okay, we need to get rid of Diabris. He's a problem. Like we've been charged by the Emperor himself to kill Diabris, and we've been informed that there are 4 elemental rings that are the only, like, his only weakness that can be used to stop him. And so you're like, all right, that's right. We're here to get the rings, and we know where one of them is. It's the Earth Elemental Ring, and it's in Stonehaven. That's where we're going. You're still scouting the area. You turn around to check on the fog cloud to make sure it's not moving or whatever. And not only is the fog cloud not there, but the entire forest is gone, and it's just hills. And you're like, and you could have sworn, and you kind of like jog up the 10-20 feet up the hill, and stand where the edge of the forest was, and it's just plains that just go for forever. And the forest is non-existent. You're not sure if your mind is playing tricks on you, if you dreamt about this forest, what's going on, or if it's just another one of those hijinks of the freaking Feywild.
Frickin' Feywild.
And that's the general vibe during your 2-hour session is, or 1 hour, whatever, however long your watch is for, is the frickin' Feywild. And your watch comes to an end.
Alright, I'll wake up Solara.
Alright. Solara, you wake up, and same thing you do. As soon as you see Anya, you do a double take, because the forest behind Anya is gone. It's the first thing you notice. Go ahead and roll a perception check. I think you're muted.
Sorry, I got a 25.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you don't really notice anything out of the blue, anything dangerous. Everything just looks pretty surreal, especially from this height. You're kind of surveying the land around you, these vineyards and these rolling hills in the distance. Everything's abnormally colored, as are all things in Genesis. And looking at the vineyard, you see, and from what you can tell from this distance, not just like grapes, but like exotic hanging fruits. Some of them spiked, some of them big, freaking like egg-shaped, some of them smaller, cubes kind of hanging from these branches in various different colors: bright red, yellow, purple, some of them glowing even, it seems like. And then you start to thinking again, like, is this how they create deep wine? I wonder what that would taste like. And yeah, you're thinking about, during your time, you're thinking about Father Zathir, wondering what he's up to back at the Temple of Kelemvor. You're thinking if you are serving Kelemvor to the best of your ability as an acolyte, and the Doom Guides come to your mind again, and you're kind of, giving them a second thought. And what would it be like to be a Doom Guide? Would I have to leave my companions to be a Doom Guide? Is it just another notch on my belt? But yeah, during your
Deal
time,
breaker. I have
Yeah.
to leave the companions. That's
and
one
you-
thing. She's like, I just gotta figure out a way to bring them with me.
Bless you, Charlotte. You come to that conclusion of like, it's a deal breaker. It's friends over profession at this point.
Yep.
Ride or die, and you kind of look over and you kind of smile as you see your friends.
The bitches.
Valdrick is snoring.
Snoring. Yeah.
abnormally, and you're
Absolutely.
like, yep, that's
Mumbling.
her. That's my buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, she's like muttering crazy things to herself. And your watch comes to an end.
Amazing.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Clappy, a giant beholder spawns and
for you. Roll
um,
initiative, but only you.
only
Have fun.
um
Not lighting the entire clearing on fire. If that
Yeah.
happens to waking everybody up.
you have the same realization as you wake up. Forest is gone. Where's the fog? Where's the forest? What the frick? And Solar's like, I know. Like, just
It's fine.
okay, it's fine. So you take your watch. Make a perception check.
18.
Okay. You're looking out, and you're again deep in your thoughts, just like everyone else is, as you're sitting at this surreal mountaintop, looking over the sunset, hitting the vineyard. And your brother is the first thing that comes to your mind, Calamity, as your phase cat kind of is circling around you and just kind of nuzzling up on your shins as you're sitting there on the hillside, glitching in and out of existence. And you're kind of petting your cat, thinking about your brother. Like, is he safe? How does he know Hezron? How does Hezron know him? How did he get in the Feywild? Even more importantly, in Genesis, even more importantly, how is he like locked away, imprisoned in?
Yes, what did he do to end up in prison?
In prison in the Feywild. Like, what is he doing? The last I saw him, like, we were freaking, playing by the river and skipping stones, and one thing led to another. I got involved with my books and my studies and my magic, and he just kind of like left home and never.
Fey prison.
Yeah, left home, never looked back, and that was kind of the last you saw from him.
Yeah, I thought we ran away. Thought that was.
Yeah, probably. It's a fuzzy memory, especially after your memory's been jostled and wiped and reset.
Something happened.
Yeah, you're thinking about him like, we got to get to him. I know that the elemental ring is important, but if we can kill two birds, one stone, hopefully he has it, and we can get him back safely and get out of here, and maybe leave with him. But so you're just kind of, these thoughts are going through your mind. Like I said, a beholder shows up and you roll initiative, and sorry, you got to roll a new character. So who's next? Dang.
I'll go next.
Okay.
What did I do?
Nothing eventful happens during your watch. You just kind of have these reflective moments about your brother. Valdric is next.
Yeah.
All right. Make a perception check as you take your post.
So 24.
Okay. All right. You begin your watch sitting on the hill, beautiful sunset, blah, 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 the lot.
This is a really beautiful sunset. Where the fuck did the forest go?
Yeah, forest is gone. You're the first person that's actually, like, talking to yourself, and the three wenches before you are like, we already know, like, or sleeping and ignoring you.
Super weird out here.
Yeah, so you're kind of muttering to yourself. You are thinking about the events that led you to this place. You're thinking about Captain Drake and Sereny, like your parents, but they show up for a stint and then they get their money and then they leave. Why? Wonder what life is like back on the Red Froth. I wonder what that bumbling fool Navarre is doing. I wonder, should I have ever left the Phantasmo Circus? Are they actually followers of the Sazzfather, or is this whole thing just a crazy drunken dream? Whatever happened to my dreams and aspirations of being a drunk monk? Like, you're just thinking about, like, your mind just like starts one thing after the other. Clappy, you feel a slight tinge in your bond as Valdric is thinking about the Sazzfather right before you're about to go to sleep. You kind of feel this light tickle.
I'll look down at it and go, stop, and roll over.
Yeah, you kind of get that vibe, that energy back, Valdric, and you shake your head, continue to think, what's Gibbons doing? Like, is Gibbons okay? Is he doing his best? Has he moved up, or is he just still lugging around barrels for the freaking circus? Where is a Twivel Bubble Breast? Like, whatever
where the hell
happened?
was she? Like, what the fuck happened? Truly. Circus really got fucked up.
Yeah, so you're thinking about Tommy Two Tails and the whole cursed maze and all that. Right now, Troy's like, what?
No clue.
No idea, brother.
Twisted Fister, the Twisted Sister.
Yeah, Mr.
Timbered or shivered.
Yeah, Mr. Fister, the Twisted Sister.
Thinking about that.
And Anya being the champion. So with your 24, again, you don't see any immediate threat. Maybe a few exotic, weird-looking birds fly over. Some of them, in packs, in flocks, some of them by themselves. Very strange. But nothing
This
threatening.
place is fucking weird.
But you love it.
Okay. I'm having the best time. You know, even though I died, I really think that it was I think it was cathartic for me. Okay? No better way to enjoy life than by dying.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's the last thought you have as your hour comes to an end. Like, should I have taken that human body back, and left my celestial self behind?
Absolutely not.
And you're looking
Good
at
lord. Have you seen me?
yeah. Xander wakes up to see you talking to yourself and takes his watch. Imagine if I were to attack you on this long rest, if it happened during Xander's time. Wouldn't that be silly?
Imagine if Xander was the one.
Imagine if I found my dice. Where are my dice?
Not Nick Jonas being attacked while we sleep.
Where actually are my dice? I couldn't tell you where my dice are. Oh well.
Just imagine.
He rolls a 27 for perception. Just kidding. No, he does.
He rolled a nat 100.
Unless there's anything you want to do during the end of your rest, Xander takes his watch.
I don't know.
And
One bit.
his hour comes to an end, and Ren, it is your time to do the final watch.
I just didn't like the way you said my name just then.
And
So,
Ren,
I'm
and
already-
you.
I'm already ready for this. Here we go.
Yeah. Change back to the crazy music.
Mm-hmm.
No, so Xander comes over, kind of kicks your boot, and Ren, you're just annoyed by the fact that there's always sunlight and you can't actually like sleep in darkness. So you have like maybe like some of your leathers over your eyes as like a blindfold because you're just so like why is the sun not setting? Like I literally just want to sleep. But you wake up for the day. You maybe find some coffee in the Wenches' rations that they kind of have laid out next to the fire that you guys have made. You start your day and you just kind of mix your coffee around.
French roast, of course.
Yeah, somehow find a leg of chicken as in true Ren Fire Strike
Got it.
fashion.
Got it.
And you're
always
just
have.
eating a leg of chicken, drinking your coffee, and you're thinking like, how in the world did I survive that Kraken attack? An actual ancient evil that was slumbering for 1,000 years that no one believed except for me and my people ended up waking up, was summoned by tidal wave to a desert city, and maybe destroyed the city, maybe destroyed my friends, I don't know. You're having maybe some nightmares of this Kraken, and just flashbacks of getting electrocuted. In fact, the one attack that I hit you with from the elementals was 45 damage of lightning. And so it's just another flashback of
PTSD, yep.
Yeah, getting PTSD.
Hi, friend.
Yeah. You're not even questioning what happened in Vori, who, you were 1 minute playing against these snow elves in Quidditch, the next minute in a very serious life-threatening situation, and it was your opponents that you beat that ended up saving you and pulling you out and taking you here to the supposed Feywild. Having these thoughts of like, how am I going to get back? And then you realize like, oh yeah, that's how I'll get back. And you keep that thought to yourself and make a perception check.
Perception. 23.
Okay. Good to know. And yeah, you have that thought of, oh yeah, that's right. I can get back. I know my way back. The question is,
There's a way.
do I take like these
The risk.
wenches with me? These wenches and Xander and his dragon?
And Nick Jonas.
Do I slip away now? Like, do I, you kind of have those thoughts. Like, do I trust these women? I mean, we just fought together and bled together and sweated and almost died together. What are we fighting for? What is my goal? And you kind of end the shift with that thought. As Anya, you're the first to wake, and then Solara, and then Xander and Xerxes, Calliope. Finally, the snoring comes to an end as Valdric wakes up.
God, I had the best sleep. You guys, I really have the sweetest dreams when I'm out here.
Where'd she go?
Feels like home.
I mean, all things considering, it was an okay night.
Yeah, does everybody still have, everyone still have 5 fingers, 5 toes?
He still doesn't have her hair.
Does she still have no hair? She's still bald.
Calliope is still bald. You are still 3 inches taller.
Baldric's too polite to mention her being bald, but not too polite to mention. Have we noticed how tall I look today?
I have to say, I woke up in the morning and touched my head and then proceeded to pull my hood back over my head.
Yeah. Maybe,
And muttering that, you know what, if the freaking wild magic took it away, then maybe there's a way it will give it back.
Or just be bald, be proud. Bald is
No.
beautiful.
bald is
No,
beautiful.
Not that I have any opinion on it.
Is
No-
that
no
Ren's
biased
answer
thoughts over
or
here.
Carrie's answer?
Does Ren have hair?
Yes, Ren is here.
I think he's
Ren
got
does not get to
long,
talk to me
Living
about
vicariously
my
through Ren.
baldness right
long
now.
flowing locks. I think Ren. If you guys see,
Long, dark.
I put it in
Dark,
Wenches. I put it in
thick
Wenches
lock.
of Waydora chat in the Discord
Oh, yeah.
if you want to see his Hero Forge character. But he's a half orc, so he's got like mini tusks coming up, black cloak.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy.
So you guys haven't enough rations. I'm assuming you guys have build up your rations before you set out. Do you guys have like alcohol that you have with you? Like what do you guys eating? What are you guys drinking?
Yeah, now that you mention it,
Yeah.
it's time even really
Yes.
real here.
I will.
I do have alcohol.
Oh, go ahead.
I only have like 2 bottles of alcohol that I've said that I have in my bag.
Waldrick starts pulling shots out of her bag of holding.
I
I
don't
did
like that,
forget
yeah.
blood. Or I didn't forget blood. I chugged all my blood to try to.
Do you need some blood? I pull out a vial of Anya snacks.
You actually
yes.
have.
I do. Do you want to see it? I have it literally in my bag of holding.
That's fucking hilarious. I love that.
What kind of blood is that?
I think this is a mix, to be honest with you.
Beggars
I
can't
started
be choosers.
collecting it a while ago.
It's like Shaggy and Scooby. You want some Scooby
Oh,
snacks?
no, I'm sorry. It's doppelganger blood. I did denote exactly what blood it was.
Doppelganger blood.
I have 6 vials.
I'll take one.
When
pour
did
the
we run
drop
into a
on ice,
doppelganger?
And then drink
Oh,
it.
I
I cheers her and slam a shot of Saz.
Okay.
Daz.
All right. Who else is drinking?
I don't like that you're asking that, but I would probably drink some of the champagne that I
A
have.
good day to be alive in the Feywild.
I have a bottle of champagne, so I have to pull that out.
This feels like a really specific question.
I was
It
just.
does.
Who's drunk right now?
Sometimes I just assume you guys are eating and keeping yourself replenished. Sometimes I'm like, what are you guys eating? What are you guys drinking? Solara, are you drinking?
Yeah,
You eating?
I drink and I know things.
And I know things.
I'm gonna skip the alcohol. Just eat whatever my crate. Oh shoot. No, we have some. I still have some supplies on us. It's okay. I was
so
like,
I'm not
I don't want to
getting
use my
drunk.
create food spell, but I don't want it. I don't want that to be the spell that gets me.
My luck has run out. Yeah.
I'm supervising.
Xander's throwing back some mead. Ren?
This is gonna be a good day, guys.
Oh, I will partake if there is some to be partaken.
Would you like a little Saz?
Oh, I would love some.
I hand
Oh.
over a little shoddy of Saz.
Yeah, Ren, it tastes like black licorice and
Yep.
New Orleans sweat.
And
Is the
regret.
best I
Got
can
a really
describe it.
distinct
disappointment.
smell.
With a thinly sliced orange slice on
And
top.
an air of like 5 Long Islands prior to it about it.
Yeah,
Oh my
you get an
God.
aftertaste of absinthe, which tastes like black licorice, kind of.
Yeah,
Yep.
buddy.
In my
Yeah.
Tastes like tequila and a piece of cake.
Yes.
Mhm.
I like tequila.
Okay, so Solara's the only one that didn't take. So I need Constitution saving throws
Fucking knew it.
from Anya.
That's normal.
And
Wait, I didn't drink alcohol technically.
You didn't? What did you drink?
No, I just drank
Doppelganger
it.
blood.
Oh, okay. So I just need Constitution saving throw from Valdric. Not Calliope and not Ren. It seems as Calliope and Ren, as you drink, you're like, that went down smooth. And you realize one of the silly magics that happened to you is you're immune to being intoxicated.
Oh,
No!
yeah.
I just fall to my knees.
Look, I don't want to.
Oh my God.
Right now.
I
need
rolled a
nothing.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine on that first shot. But yeah,
Good today, babies.
you guys are feeling good.
What is the point?
It's like that scene in Captain America. I think it was the first movie where he's like, I can't get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be sad.
Which you're not sure if it's permanent or if it's for a certain amount of
Forever.
days or weeks or
Oh god,
whatever.
if this is permanent, then this is gonna suck. Because I
That's-
do want to get drunk at some point.
And that is going to affect your bond, your Sazzfather bond. But yeah, that's why I was curious, because I had some silly magic I needed to resolve with you
My
guys.
bond does not depend on me getting drunk. It depends on me drinking.
Okay, fair enough.
The way that I have it written says if I'm drinking, then I can speak a secret language and communicate with someone else with a mark.
Fair enough. And do you consider yourself a follower of the Sazzfather?
Honestly, I think Calliope would at this point, because what brought her back to life? The Sazzfather. What has saved her a couple of times? The Sazzfather
Valdric.
and Valdric. And I think that I converted just so that if Valdric needed it, I would be there.
Good to know. Okay. Cool.
Do I particularly enjoy it? Probably not. But it's not like I can deny it and be like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's true. He was the one that saved your life the very first.
Valdric bleeded, and
yeah.
I went, I guess this is my life now.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys gain the effects of the long rest. So replenish all your spell slots that you've used, all your hit points. Half of your hit dice rounded down comes back if you used any for a short rest to heal. And all your abilities refresh as well. So your action surges come back, etc. Where to?
To the vineyard.
To the vineyard, but also we need to dip in about 10 minutes. Because
Okay.
I have radiation tomorrow.
Gotcha. All right, noted. So we'll get to this next section. We'll do a little cliffhanger, or, tie it up.
Or,
with a bow.
we'll just go in and do a little drinking. Maybe that's where our Twibble's been this whole time.
In the
Trying to-
farewell drinking.
Trying to fit her boobs into champagne flutes. And I think that that's very fitting.
Or
That'd
not
be funny.
fitting, depending on.
I actually understand that reference. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
There you go.
That's funny. So you guys head down this hill towards the vineyard. By the time you get to the bottom, your calves are kind of burning, but you made it. Xerxes is back in human form and is partaking in the human adventure with the human peasants, even though most of you are not human. So you guys make it to this vineyard. And like I said before, rows and rows and rows and rows of these plants with fruit hanging from them, exotic fruit of all shapes and sizes and colors, and some kind of have like bubbles on the outside of them. Some of them are spiky, and you're kind of looking through all these fruit as you guys are kind of walking through this vineyard, heading Tangleward, you believe, and you hear some singing. Sounds like a woman.
Is it beautiful?
Been a while since we've seen the
It is.
anomaly.
Make a perception check, Valdrick.
Ooh, 18 plus 4. Oh, sorry, 5.
23.
23.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of your senses are kicking in, including smell. You first, when you get down here, you smell the richness of kind of smells like deep wine, and just the richness of nature and that earthy smell fills your nostrils. And then something funky like westweed starts. You're like, wait, what was that? And you're like,
Oh
as
boy.
you start hearing the singing and you're smelling the westweed and the
Stanky
singing.
danky down here.
At first, you're like, is the singing like, is she trying to mess up? Because it sounds bad, but like she sounds good. And you're like, oh wait, that's jazz. And you're like, jazz. Wait a minute. And you recognize that voice immediately as a Twivel Bubble Breast.
You've got me so fucked up. No way.
It's actually in my notes. You said it after it was written in my notes.
That is so crazy.
You hear her walking along, or you're not sure, where she is, but you hear her singing, and you're like, that's a Twivel.
That's fucking a Twivel. I know that smelly smell anywhere.
It's low, breathy, jazzy, just going on unnecessary runs.
Do I know the song she's bopping to?
Yeah, it's one that she doesn't sing during her shows, but she'll sing like, when you guys are hanging around the wagons, hanging around the fire. It's kind of something that she whips out.
I'll take out 2 shaky eggs and join in. I'll just start singing. She'll come find us, baby.
You take the shakers,
Yeah,
okay. And so she's singing, you're shaking. Are you singing as well?
Yeah, I'm vibing.
Yeah, you start
Harmonizing with the
harmonizing. The rest of you just see Valdrick going into Valdrick mode. And the song crescendos and descendos and takes turns and finally gets to a point where it is a break in the song, and right at the break, you guys turn the corner and you meet face to face, and of course is a Twivel Bubble Breast right there as you guys come to the top climax of this song, and then finish your run with huge smiles on your faces as she goes to embrace you. She's not wearing much. She's not wearing much clothes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, nice.
she's there's like natural like leaves and vines covering her. Think like Poison Ivy from DC comics,
okay.
except even less. Just she's like, this is what I found as my clothing. This is my clothing now.
My God, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
You look fantastic.
Valdrick, how are you, darling? And she's got like a
times better now.
she's holding a basket of like fruit, and she embraces you. Yes. What are you doing here? All the way out here, darling.
Just vibing,
Stop.
vibing around.
And she like puts her hand up to your mouth as she's just looking dagger straight at Ren. Who do we have here? Enchanté.
This is our new friend, Ren.
Ren.
I just like stiffly look down at her. I'm like, hello.
He stiff you are. And who do we have here? My. And freaking Xander.
Xerxes.
Xerxes just has this like blank look and kind of does the that one kid holding the cup gif where he's like,
Fantastic side eye.
yeah, and he's like looking at Xander to see like what he says, and Xander is doing his best to just look up at the sky, and all of a sudden is really interested in looking at the fruit and picking the fruit, and kind of really zeroes in on this one particular fruit. And she comes back to the group. The Wenches, it's so good to see you all. You are looking so demure. It's been how long? Days, months, years. How are you all? Has it been years? Time is a fickle matter in the Feywild, yes. Speaking of which, what brings you to the Feywild? This is such a peculiar, odd place to find you all.
And not at all a peculiar, odd place to find you, to be completely honest. Literally was just saying to myself how this is a place that you would be. Yeah, we're looking for some things. But right now we're kind of heading Tanglewood and looking for a prison. We're gonna do a prison break, in and out.
It sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And she takes another. She has this long pipe, and just puffs these like smoke circles, smoke rings out, and you just smell the westweed as she just blows it right back in your face. Yeah. Smells like pine needles and gasoline, with a hint of lavender. It's a weird smell combination.
I recognize it so well.
Yes. A prison break is so exciting. Yes, well, don't let me disturb you in your travels. I'm simply just here in my vineyard, vineyarding, if you will.
Why are you here and not at Phantasmo?
Phantasmo's but a simple hop, skip, and a jump away from here, my darling. I come here when I am low on my wine supply, which is quite often these days. Especially after coming to terms with my true god that I have come to know and love, and that is the Sazzfather. Thank you, by the way, for leading me to the path of the drunkenness. I have never been more alive, and he has gifted me this vineyard for me to do as I wish and be drunk and be merry. So. Okay,
the Sazzfather never gave me a fancy house in the Feywild, but beggars can't be choosers. This is good. This is good for you, and you're having a good time. He's not, I don't know, impregnating you against your will, forcing you to give birth in a terrible place surrounded by mind flayers. Just as a weird example.
Oh, not yet, but time may tell. And of course, ask me how I would feel about that in maybe a year or 2 or 5.
Okay, freaky deaky. I love this for you. Well, okay, can I do a general vibe check? I just want to make sure that she's not being, like, held against her will or anything super weird. I just want to make sure there's nothing illusionary going on.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Nat 20.
Of course.
Nat 20 in the dice tray.
What's the total?
Off of the 20 on a... You said an insight?
Mm-hmm.
26.
Okay. Yeah, she seems at peace with herself. She seems happy. She just seems like very like spiritual. Like you've never,
got really into it.
Twivel's been like spiritual, but she's always been like surface level. Like, oh, I'll try, music, sound healing, or I'll try frolicking naked through the wildflowers and having a cathartic experience with nature. It's never like
in the moon.
It's never like religious, but the vibe you're getting from her is like she's really leaned into the Sazzfather and the spiritual realm, and just communing with spirits.
Nice.
That hippy dippy stuff. hippy dippy stuff. Yeah, with spirits.
Okay. Right. Well, super great to see you.
Come stay a
You
while. Yes, we can pick fruit together and smoke together and drink together, just like old times, friend.
Okay, we're on a little bit of a time crunch.
What is time in the Feywild?
I'm gonna look back at pretty much Anya. Gonna look at Anya. We're really busy, and we've got to get going. You know, it's just there's a lot that's happening. But maybe on our way back, you know, which direction is this way? That way is Tanglewood. This way is, you know.
Whatever the way the wind blows, who knows?
Okay, super duper. Really, you know, I missed these talks. These are good.
You know, did you know that you wouldn't happen to have a champagne flute, would you?
Oh, you know, you showed me that party trick, darling, and we don't
Oh,
need to
I've
repeat
showed
that
you
for every
that.
present.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, that's something that
I'm
never
really
needs to
not,
be seen in the light of day,
no.
which happens to be all the time.
Yeah,
here, so
shut
let's
up.
keep that one.
You, Ren, was your name Ren? Would you like to see a party, a party gift? A party trick? It is a gift more towards you, but it is a trick that I...
I wouldn't mind some entertainment.
Do you have a champagne
God.
flute? Glorious, I love this man already. We're getting married. And she's like clinging to you.
Oh, God.
Oh god, not again.
That's right. We had a whole stalker plot line with Ren.
Oh yeah, what
Yes.
was it?
Adunia.
Adunia.
Oh yeah.
Yep, so you got a
He's
Twivel,
like, how could I ever forget?
a
He was
Twivel,
crazy.
a Twivel and a Dunya, and you're getting flashbacks. Do you have a champagne flute that I can borrow? If not, I'll just have to use this Westweed pipe, and you don't want to see that.
Oh, God.
I don't even know
Say
if I do
your
have one.
pipe.
Probably not. You definitely don't
Yeah.
have a champagne flute.
Ren's like, as a matter of fact.
Right? Unfortunately, I do not.
No matter, I'll use this canteen here. Is this yours? And Xander this like gives her a look. Watch this, and she like tries to fit her whole boob into this canteen, and you just see her struggling with it. It's a canteen; it doesn't fit, and she's struggling.
You know, no matter how many times I've seen her do this trick, she never uses a glass that it fits in. It's incredible, and I've seen it a lot of times.
Xander rips his canteen out of her hand, now frustrated, and takes his canteen back, pours out the water, and looks at her and says, "Have you no shame, woman?" And like turns around and goes back to Xerxes.
She does not know shame.
And she just kind of laughs it off and fixes her little vine.
Right. Well, if you feel sufficiently entertained, Ren, we should go. It's go time.
I just kind of like look around for other things that she might want to use.
Try this one. How
Oh.
about this?
This
Do
is
you,
about
do you
right.
want to stay? We can come pick you up on our way.
No.
Trouble would love to have you forever.
I've had my fun.
Well,
Off to prison we go.
to each their own. Lilith and Arangelo are planning a party for me later. I must return, but you all have fun with your prison break. It sounds so alluring and festive, if you will. Dangerous. You are always the dangerous one, Baldric. You and that little sparkly boy. What was his name? Diamore. Oh, he was.
That's all right.
a
We don't. Okay,
fine
we're leaving.
hunk of meat. Yes.
Okay. Okay, kisses.
What I wouldn't do to that
No.
man. And
Away with us.
you start to just hear her like humming to herself again. Ta-ta!
God.
Chris, this is some of your best role playing yet.
Is
This
it?
is
Yeah.
some of your best role
Going
playing.
right into the book, Chris.
Never heard him described as a sparkling man before.
Why does he sparkle?
Because he's like lightning. He's a Hell Knight. Whatever.
Oh.
Lightning lad.
Storm Knight. What is it called? What is his actual class called? Vulture? Something silly.
remember.
I have it.
Yeah.
Stormbreaker. Something.
We haven't heard from them recently.
Oh yeah.
But also, what's his name was trying to track them, which is probably why we haven't.
Valdrick is going to be reminded of that by her saying that, and I want to try to send a message to Diamore.
Okay. What would you like to say?
In Feywild, on hunt for things to complete our mission. Also, hello, how are you? Miss you, love you.
Whoa.
XOXO Valdrick. Wait, no, I didn't mean love you. P.S.
2,
I didn't actually mean that one.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We'll count XOXO as one word. 20, 21. Wait, no, I didn't. Is 25.
Perfect. Great.
So XOXO Valdrick. Wait, no, I didn't. And then
That seems on par for Valdrick.
Perfect. Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. He probably would have heard that part anyway. It's okay.
So you cast the spell.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You don't have to roll
Okay.
on the table.
Why?
You send this message and you expect something silly to happen, and nothing happens. It seems
that's even more off-putting.
It seems that it might be isolated to the Valewood. You're not sure.
Okay.
Or if it's maybe just this vineyard that's a safe space for the chaotic magic, or maybe the spell didn't go through. So many
possibilities.
I do need to find my dice for this because I have to roll. Let me see. Ugh. My dice! My dice! I found my dice! Okay. Let's see. So you send a message. There's something about if it's on the same plane of existence or if it's not. What is it? Is it called? It's just called message, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think no. I think it's called sending because message is like a short range.
That's what we meant. That's what we.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we meant.
So let me go to sending. I knew what you meant. I just couldn't. I can't. Never remember the difference between the two. Can't never.
I can't never remember that.
Oh shoot! It's been 20 minutes since we said we would end. So we'll end on his response if he has one. Can send this message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. Okay, I will relay to you that he is on a different plane of existence from you. So I'm going to make a roll. Okay. I want you to pick a number between 1 and 20.
Okay. 7.
Okay, and if I roll a 7, then the message doesn't arrive.
It's like, what are the odds?
Here we go. It is what are the odds. Okay, I rolled a 9. So let me read this again. You hear back in your mind, sixth layer of hell. Bleeding, not dead. Cabras is a little pansy.
Nice. Yeah. Being one word.
Yeah, being one word.
Did I ever tell them that their dad was hunting them?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they know that.
Okay. I could never remember.
Looking for father.
I'm looking for you too.
Think father has aligned with the Githyanki. Love you too.
Oh. Apparently we didn't tell them that he visited us.
And then he says, "Shut up! Wait, not you. Wait!" And then that's it.
Oh, perfect. We share one brain cell. We send it back and forth through messaging. Super solid. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Nobody's dead
So
yet, and he's looking for them.
Which, that must be like the stupidest, like, miss in passing thing that you see in movies, where they leave and then, like, 20 minutes later he comes through and he's like, shit.
I'm gonna be like, we ought to. I feel like we already figured out that he was aligned with the Githyanki. Did we not tell them that?
I don't think so, because apparently we didn't tell them that their dad showed up and trying to find them.
Oops. It's fine.
They didn't mention it.
It's hard to fit a whole synopsis in just 25 words. That's a toughie.
do you internalize that and keep that message to yourself, or do you relay it to the group?
I want you to imagine anytime Baldric gets a message like that, she just opens her mouth and acts like a recorder. And
Okay.
just,
Okay.
out. And just word vomits out of her mouth.
Yeah. So then, as you say that out loud, Ren, you recognize the Githyanki, and you're like, wait, what? And you remember. I'm trying to remember when you encountered the Githyanki, because you did. In fact, all of you have on separate times.
Not the boo.
Yeah, you guys all boofed in.
Oh, boy.
Shut up.
Near,
You guys all boo.
Hang on. I might have
in the Grazed,
Full boofing.
the Grazed Palace, I think. Outside the Grazed Temple, the Temple of Grazed.
Oh, and then we got killed in one. We got one tapped by a red dragon.
You got gonked
Nice.
by
Yeah,
a
just a
red
little
dragon. Githyanki that were riding a red dragon attacked you and
Oh, yes, yes.
sent you
they
back
said-
to.
They talked about Queen Blacketh,
Yep.
and she was seeking to awaken the Kraken, and she had kidnapped and enslaved Isolde's parents.
Ooh,
Yep.
The plot thickens,
Yeah.
it all connects.
It's all coming
And that's
together.
that's the cliffhanger we'll leave you guys on.
Mm.
How about that?
How about them apples?
Cool.
Kitty.
That's Rhea.
Yeah, that's Rhea.
Dang.
He's like so sad.
Yeah.
Side eye.
Good here.
Yeah,
Bombastic side eye right now.
Dang.
I would show off my cat, but he's sleeping on the ground, and I don't want him angry.
Rhea's sitting on my cat book that I take notes in, just on its face, just sitting.
She is the notes. She is recording.
I want to know what the animals are doing now. Miss Margaret and Tiernan, what are they doing?
Tiernan's just vibing. Although Tiernan can now breath attack.
When you,
Oh?
I should say, Anya, when you woke up for the day, you noticed a considerable size change in your dragon. Almost doubling in size to the point where he's like, you kind of wake up to see just these bigger wings, longer talons, sharper teeth, some of his coloration, which you have, is it an obsidian? You have an obsidian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what once was a kind of grayish, parts of it were black, but mostly grayish, some parts are white, have now really glistened into like a metallic, like a not metallic, but like almost shiny, like obsidian, true rich black. Some of the coloring is starting to fill out, and it has doubled in size. Its tail is now really long.
I probably would have asked Xander if such a drastic, quick growth was normal for dragons.
And he would say, domesticated dragons do not grow to normal size, but do grow much faster than normal. dragons, but even at that, and he kind of looks at Tyrion and pets him a little bit, that dragon has grown a considerable amount in a very quick time. I suspect it is this crazy place that knows no time. Also, she's
Glad one of
bald.
Yeah.
What happened to
I'm
her?
just gonna flip him off.
Oh, yes.
Not gonna say anything. Walk
Feisty
by
one,
while
right?
I.
Yeah,
Why
he,
did I open my mouth and bubbles come out? I don't know. I hate
yeah,
this place.
he goes as you flip him off, Calliope, he kind of goes up behind your head, kind of does one of these, just like fixes his hair.
Dude, he got into elbow range. He's getting elbowed in the gut.
I
How'd
deserve
that
that.
come
I deserve that. Yes. Sorry.
But if he hasn't traveled around with Anya and Baldric and Solara to take that,
I think your cat also.
Anya would be the.
Your cat hisses at him too and blinks away with you.
I forgot we had a
Sure.
cat with us. What was Miss Margaret doing when we were fighting?
Miss Margaret
Miss
was hiding in the
Margaret.
bag. Found a bag of holdings, found some sort of bag, and was hiding. Unless you want
Yeah.
Miss Margaret to be part of combat, then Miss Margaret's gonna get gonked.
No.
Miss Margaret runs in.
Miss Margaret was
Point.
using her blur abilities and just moving quickly and out of the way.
True.